Well, hello, guys and gals, and whoever else is watching. We're going to go into the view of the island and everything around it because it's pretty. So pretty. Anyway, let's go into it. We got a little spicy one today. It's basic. Everybody should be familiar with this deck. I got this deck from this other guy, but I play a talzin like regularly, so this is nothing. I've got a few changes, but I've been playing this, and my changes are a little bit more caught up to the meta. But this is a more basic build, but it's really nice. You're playing with Mother Talzin. Should have had that up already, but she's a force user, and it's not much, but when you use the force, you can give a unit -1/-1, and that -1/-1 can do a whole lot. You can go into a takedown. You can go into just a number of things. I mean, she just does so much. She's a little thing, but she does a lot. Show the backside and just on attack, so you can actually give something -2/-2 in the process of her flipping. So that's pretty much the leader we're looking at. She is super powerful. Awesome deck list. Karis is good. I mean, there's some reading you can do on this one, but Karis is a 2/4 force unit. Night Sister Warrior, draw a card if it dies. That comes in handy. Secretive Sage gives a shield. Sith Assassin is hidden. Then it's a 3/2 on attack. Grand Inquisitor is a 3/4 with a raid 1. The second ability I don't really care about. It's a force user. That's the main thing I'm looking at. Marin, she's a home run hitter. She's a 2/5, and I have changed this list from what he had in a couple senses. But she's a 2/3 for a 3-drop, which is okay, or 2/5 for a 3-drop. It's okay, but what really does damage is that ability right there. On attack, I may discard a card from my hand. If you do, deal 2 damage to a unit. That is so strong. Between her and Talzin, you can take out a lot of really early game units with these 2 cards, with her and Talzin. Phew, I'm tired. Besides that, the other things that we have with Talzin that works really well, Dark Tyrannus is pretty much a kill on a spot unit. Comes in with a shield, can ambush. If it's smaller than what he would die to, then you could actually do the damage to him and then put the shield on after he ambushes. If it's going to kill him, then you put the shield on first, obviously. But him having 1 or 2 damage is not going to obviously hurt him. Plus, if you throw the lightsaber on, that's going to be nice too. Talzin's Assassin gives something -3 when she uses the Force. Kidamundi, he's one of my discard cards, but if he comes into play later in the game, obviously, if they throw out a second card, you have 3 or more units, you can get some card draw, and with Marin, that can come in very handy. Anakin Skywalker will only have villain units, but he can either shrink something enough so you can kill it with something, one of the other things we have, or attacking into it, or he just downright kills something himself. So I mean, this deck is built to make things smaller, and because of that, it does do a lot of damage. The Sun, if you have a bunch of units out, or even if you don't, he comes out. I mean, he's an 8/8. 9 times out of 10, you have the Force, because everything we play on the ground is the Force. And there's only 5 units in my whole deck that's not a Force unit. Everything there is a Force unit. But he is a 6/8. And if the Force is out there, he's an 8/8, and everything else gets. Holy crap! Everything else out there gets a +2/+0. So he is very strong, but he is also one of my more resourced cards, because if he comes out turn 1 or 2, he's the second most expensive card in the game. He's one of the lesser needed units in the game, unless you know you're playing something that's going to be throwing out big units late in the game. Then he's a little more handy. Disabling Fang Fighter, get rid of an upgrade. Comes in handy. Devastator Hunting the Rebellion. Deal 4 direct damage to each opponent when it comes into play. you can choose where the damage goes. So you can actually put the damage anywhere, and if the units are shielded, you can actually get around the shields with this. It is also a 9.6 for 8. Again, the Sun was the second biggest. This is the biggest. It's a 9.6, and there's other ships that are a little more useful than this one. But doing that 4 damage with the package that we force package with all the stuff they do on the other side, then there's my daughter. Hi. But with all the other stuff we do, it coming down as a 9.6 is still really, really strong. It takes out most anything in the air. It's easily killed. There's a lot of control that's out there, but it is going to be a late game, post-rotational, devastating piece, and I'm not trying to be punny with that. Our events are the typical Force Lightning, Power the Dark Side, Pillage. I put that in. That's something I put in personally, and the reason why I did that because just taking cards out of somebody else's hand early game is just devastating. Take down 5, defeat a unit, rivals fall, takes out any leader, and then 3 fallen lightsabers. If you have a turn 1 with Karis or anything else, and then you throw this on it and attack, that's a 5 damage or a 6 damage on turn 2. So your very first attack could be a 5 or 6, and it does the damage to each ground unit. Again, everything's the Force, so it's going to be used with it. So if you think about it, that's pretty strong. The package is different than what I have, but I did refine that a little bit, but it is still different than what I normally have. But I have Rivals Fall. I have 3 bombing runs. I have had a couple games where I have brought bombing runs in. Like if they're playing all air, and we're mostly ground, so that does a lot of damage on air, especially if you're playing against a Fader Yellow. That shuts down a lot of his deck, a lot of their decks. Sorceress Blast, 3 damage with the Force. Again, I think I have Outer Rim guy instead. It's just I think there's a little bit more damage makers, but that's not a bad piece to have. That's why it's on the sideboard, because it is very nice to have. But in my decks, I think I have 3 bombing runs, or I have 2 bombing runs, 3 confiscates, 3 outer rims. I don't know. But anyway, I got a bunch of stuff that's in there that's different than this sideboard, but that's no big deal because we're only doing best of 1, so who cares? So let's get some games in. I mean, this is my go-to deck right now is Talzin. I've gotten really good with her. She's very comfortable with. I'm really comfortable with her. So let's just get some games in. She don't win all the time, and that's okay. And we're playing on, so but she's fun. I really enjoy her. I really enjoy playing with this deck. I keep yawning. I am sorry. I'm going to go ahead and go first. Again, we're going to look at the side, everything we got. We're going to actually mulligan. We need 2 drops. There's 1. Nothing else that's really good, so we're going to get rid of the Sun. I have to lean up like this because I just can't see very well. I think, realistically, I like the Inquisitor, but I think Marin is just a better card. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that. So let's start off by playing this thing. If it dies, we get a card draw, so it replaces itself, no big deal. We're going to go ahead and claim. They're going to play out something bigger, the Falcon. I want Pillage, so let's go ahead and throw this out there. Done. 3 drops, I don't really have a lot I want to do. I really want to throw that out, but I'm really thinking throwing this and knocking out his game plan right from the start is a better play. Done. Now throw that out. We're going to do this. Get the Force. Boom. It's going to cling. We're going to pass. Now our plan is simple. We want to get rid of their resources. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this. Boom. I mean, I want that for later in the game, but on the other side, right now, what I'm looking at doing is just really throwing them off. I've already got 2 damage. He can hit me for 4 here. but I really want to affect that right there. So he can do whatever he wants. He's going to hit my base. I'm going to turn around and make him discard because that's fun. So let's discard the cards. That's going to hurt him more. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, I know he did. Yeah. 6 or more. So we're going to go ahead and do the pass. Let's get rid of this guy. We're going to 5. Let's kind of bring this out. I'm going to go ahead and attack here. Let's go ahead and just kill that. Uh-huh. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let talzin stay. I'm going to do this because I want to get rid of him. Oh, and that's not great. Oh boy. So let's just do that. Gee, we defeated Han Solo. Let's go ahead and defeat the other one. Oh. I'm going to claim initiative. I can attack, but if I defeat that, I can play that for free. So let's go that route. I know I left myself the opening, but I really don't care. And I also got that, so that's going to be a nice play. I don't really need to get rid of anything, but we kind of want to. So let's go ahead and just do that. This is a nice play here. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Gives me a free play. So let's do let's go ahead and attack here. Let's go ahead and do talzin, giving him a -1. I'm gonna flip talzin, throw a fallen lightsaber on talzin. And then we're going to, oh boy, I hate to do that. Let's go ahead and do talzin on that. Giving him a -1. Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing. That's what it should be. That was weird. Alright, so let's go ahead and pass. That's a leader, so it's going to be kind of harder to deal with when she's a leader. Honestly, I think I'm going to resource that and see what he plays. Sure. That's not what I want, but that's not a bad play. Let's go ahead to Marin. I'll tell them, oh man, that sucks, because we're going to do this on that, and then we're gonna do that and do that. Then we're gonna pass. We're going to tell them that's a joke, but you gotta be serious. I don't think I'm going to Karis that Anakin, so we're just going to be done. If he does cutting again, I can't deal with that. I'm just going to use the force. Let's do that. We're going to do that. No! Just going to do the -1 there. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Let's do that, and I'm going to pass turn. I'm going to go ahead. I still have that 2 and 6, so we really don't need to do any of that, so let's just not. I'm at 21, he's at 30, so he's doing a lot. He did enough to kill her, so that hurts, but I don't think it's really enough to really make me say I really care. Let's go ahead and swing in for 41. He's going to pass. And to take initiative, we're going to do that. We got 25. I'm at 21, and he just can't do nothing. Let's throw that back out. Let's throw that back out. And then let's just pass turn. Yeah, I pretty much have the game at this point. I'm not resourcing, so let's just do that. Let's just start going after the base. Yeah, we'll throw a little joke in there. GG. And then I think I'm just going to go ahead. Why not? Go ahead. Throw that on there, and we're going to use deal 2 damage on whatever. So let's discard a card from hand before it's over. Let's just discard that one. Let's do 2 damage there, and then that's game. And he's gone, and we got a win. That's how talzin works. So there's win number 1, and we'll do one more game. Boom. Some days I struggle to play, and some days it's just like everything just goes the way I want, and I've got some losses in, but this has been one of those days where the games are kind of going the way I want them to, so it's been nice. I hate to do it, but I think that's going to go on the wayside. I'm going to mulligan, see what my other hand gives me. I have no 2-drops, so that's going to hurt. I should have kept the other hand, but I didn't, so let's go ahead and get rid of that one. Let's get rid of Fallen Lightsaber. No, actually, I need to keep that one. Nope, let's get rid of it, get rid of that, and just see what I draw. Actually, I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to get rid of these two, because I don't think there's going to be a amount to... Actually, let's keep one. Boink. Nope, crap. That's a 3-drop. I don't have anything else to do for 2 turns. Let's get rid of him, because he ain't... I really went from a decent hand to a nothing, so... I'm going to actually just get rid of both of those, because I don't think it's going to do me any good, so let's just do that. Get their top 3 decks of their cards. Yep, they got 2 spy tokens, I've got nothing, so let's claim. We get rid of Tyrannus, so we have 3. I'm going to play that, because I don't have anything else to play. He's going to do 2, he's going to do that, and he's probably going to get some of the stuff I want. Let's see what he gets rid of. I'm saying he, but we don't know. I hate when they do anonymous, because you can't even talk to them, and they're kind of pretty much like, whatever. Talzin Assassin's good. Let's go ahead and claim. Yeah. That's okay. Now I get the 2-drop. Yay! Do that. Let's drop it. I know what I want to do, so we're going to... Gone this long, why not? Let's go ahead and pillage, discard 2 cards. We'll just let him have the early game. I'm probably going to be hurting because that's going to be 6 damage. I'm already going to be at 10 without doing a thing. So far, takedown's not the problem anyway. Let's go ahead and get rid of takedown because I really don't care. I'm already in bad shape, so let's do that. We're at 5. I'm going to deploy Talzin. They're probably going to swing at Talzin. That can do some serious damage, but what does that do? Okay, so we're going to do this one. We want the Anakin to come out next turn, so they're going to do that. We're going to claim. Oh, I'm probably in serious trouble, but I might have claimed. I don't really care. My start was so rough. You're not going to do much when you have the start that I had. What did they just do? Spare the target. Okay. That's okay. I think we got some plays that can deal with some of what they're doing. I need to get the disabling Fink Fighter back, which that's just another unit to attack with. Realistically, I want that gone. I want that gone. So, takedown's a problem, so let's do that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive this. Let's start off by doing Anakin. I don't think I can survive this, but let's see if I can take out... Boy, oh boy. If I do that, they still have plenty of power. If I do this, it's going to weaken them a little. Let's go ahead and do that. Give the unit -3/-3. So let's go ahead and give her a -3/-3. I'm not going to win, but I'm going to try. They're going to attack. I can't even say GG's or whatever, but they're going to get one there. They're at 3. They only attack with one more. I mean, that's game. There ain't much I can do. I'm going to let it play out because I'm just a jerk that way. So let's go ahead and just do this. I'm going to just screw off whatever else I can do. Do that. And that's game. I don't really care. So that's what we got. Talzin is my buddy. It's what I play with. It's what I like playing. The record I have on Carabas with Talzin is insane. I'm going to look at that real quick. As you can see, she's the most played unit game I've had. I've played 42 games with it. I've won 19. I'm at 45%. That is one of the highest rated game decks I have as far as win rates on Carabas. When I play it on paper, I have a way higher average, I think. But again, it's also designed a little bit better. Best of 3. I usually don't do as good the first game, but then I put adjustments in with the sideboard, which is what you should do, and then usually I come out pretty strong after that. So that's what we're looking at. I've lost to Padme. That was, you saw that draw. If I had a different draw, I think I could have won, but I didn't have that draw. I didn't even have the force till like turn 5. And some of that was my own choice. Obi-Wan, I've gone 1-1. That guy was fun to play. Fader, I lost. Again, that was another one where I had the same kind of draw. Tarkin, I've gone 1-1. Anakin, I've gone 3-1. Lost to that Padme. Or I'm sorry, I lost to Sabe there. Lost to that Padme. Han, I'm 1-4. He's a tough matchup. That Han, I'm 1-0. Kira, I'm 0-1. She's a control. That's just not good. 1-0 against Obi-Wan. Luke, I only had one game. 0-1. Jabba was 1-0. Anakin is 1-0. Asa Ventress was just 0-1, but she threw out way too many units. Palpatine, I think that's how I lost. Palpatine, I'm 0-2. He just controls the board too much. I get something good, then he just turns around and takes my best unit. It's just tough. Sly Moore was a good matchup. That was close. I just outpaced her. Tarkin or Piet, I'm 0-1. Sabine, that's a really tight matchup. It's close, but they usually have the heads up. Han Blue there, I lost. Lost to that Jabba Blue. Obi-Wan, and I'm 1-1 against Fett. Another Han Green. I mean, you see, I mean, we do pretty well. So, as you can see, we do pretty well. So, alright, that's it. That's what I got for the day. So, you guys take care, and I will catch you on the next one.